Hi, and welcome back to the Messy Bookshelf. Today is day 27, and I am beginning to burn out, but I am pushing through, and I am going to succeed at this. I accepted the challenge, and I will defeat it. So today, I'm talking about series that I felt meh about. These are series that I might have liked the first book, wasn't a fan of the rest of the series. Maybe I didn't like the first book, but I liked some of the other books. I'll explain more when I talk about the individual series. Mortal Instruments series. The first book, City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. When Clary Fray heads out to Pandemonium Club in New York City, she hardly expects to witness a murder, much less a murder committed by 3 teenagers covered with odd markings. This is Clary's first meeting with the Shadowhunters, warriors dedicated to ridding the earth of demons and keeping the odd werewolves and vampires in line. It's also her first meeting with gorgeous golden-haired Jace. Within 24 hours, Clary is pulled into Jace's world with a vengeance when her mother disappears, and Clary herself is attacked by a demon. But why would demons be interested in an ordinary mundane like Clary? And how did she suddenly get the sight? The Shadowhunters would like to know. This is a paranormal book, and it has a lot of romance in it, and it gets a little weird at times. I read the first book and thought it was okay, like, it's interesting. I'll check out the next one. I checked out the second one, and I thought it was really good. I checked out the third one. I thought that one was really good. And then when I finally got around to reading the fourth one, it was awful. Like, the worst experience of my life trying to finish a book. And I have been wanting to finish this book because I want to get to her other books, but I'm to the point, like, I've gotten this far, I might as well just finish it. I only have the last one to read, but it's taking me forever, and I keep putting it off because it's such a big book, and I'm like, do I really want to spend that much time reading a book that I might only feel meh about? But also, what if I really like it? Because I'm so off and on with this author. A little annoying. The Murder Complex duology by Lindsay Cummings. Coy brings out his finishing hooks and a bottle of black ink he still has left over from his 10th birthday. It is precise to him. He has not unscrewed the lid in years. I hold back my scream while he carves the word fearless into my forearm. Now you have a tattoo that isn't from the initiative, she says. I watch as he puts ink in the wound and wraps my arm with cloth. You have to do what it takes to make it home, he whispers. You can never end up like her. Nothing matters but these people on this boat. Nothing matters but staying alive. I will be fearless. That doesn't really give us much. On the inside, it says, close your eyes and feel your enemy's weakness. Mind over body, mind over body, mind over body. Breathe in, out. Breathe in, out. Now survive. Welcome to the Murder Complex. You cannot see us. You cannot feel us, but we are here and we control your every move. If I'm remembering correctly, this book is about these people who are, like, have been implanted or diseased, and now their mind is being controlled, and they're being forced to go out and murder people because there is too many people on the planet, so the government has either combined with the company or created this thing to try to control the population. And if I remember correctly, they aim it at, like, the poor. The reason this book is on this list, because I really enjoyed both of the books in this series, but the reason it's on this list is because I don't remember a whole lot. Like, I really enjoyed the books while I was reading them, but it wasn't memorable enough for me to actually remember, like, the basic plot. Like, I realized I do have a bad memory. I have a hard time remembering plots, specific plot points in a lot of books, but I usually do remember the general story of the book if I really, really enjoyed it. And I just don't remember much about these, but I did really like them. The Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. The first one is The Lost Hero. This is the series that he put out after Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It is a 5-book series with a bunch of really big chunkers like this. The words are fairly big, so, like, They can be quick to get through, but I always have a hard time getting through these. Like, I'm enjoying the story. I really like Percy and a lot of these characters. But with these multiple points of views, there are characters that I don't really enjoy reading about. And I feel like their points of views are just put in there to kind of push the story along. And it gets a little boring. The last book that I've finished in this series, because I haven't completed it yet, is The House of Hades, and I ended up listening to that one because I just didn't know when I was going to get to this, and now that I only have The Blood of Olympus left, I really want to finish these so I can move on to his other series, because I do really enjoy his books. I enjoy them while it's the same thing as the Murder Complex too. Like, I don't really remember a whole lot that happens in these books after I finish reading them, because I'm just, like, I enjoy them, but they're not memorable. I feel like Percy Jackson was a much more memorable series. And Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I have only actually read the first one of this. I really want to read the second one. I have an ARC edition of it, but I may end up just borrowing it so I can read the finished thing. I liked this a lot, but it took me a long time to get through. I think it's the multiple points of view. Like, there were times when I would prefer to be reading somebody else's point of view instead of the person that I had to read. I think that might be why I like Replica so much. If I'm reading a book and I decide, oh, I'm in the mood to read the other person's point of view, I can flip the book over if I wanted to and read that person's point of view from where I left off. And then when I'm starting to get tired of that person's point of view, I can flip back if I want to. And I think more books I think I would have enjoyed this book a lot more if it had been in that kind of style. And I really think more books should be in that kind of style, because it gives you the option to choose whose story you want to read and if you care enough about that person. While when it's in chapter form like this, like, you're kind of forced to read those points of views and you might not be in the mood to. So, like, I really enjoyed reading their point of views. At times I just didn't want to be reading those point of views. Do you feel? And the final book on this list is Divergent by Veronica Roth. I really enjoyed the first book. I also really enjoyed the first movie. But it kind of just went downhill from there. Like, in general, I usually say that I liked the series. This first book was amazing. I thought it was fantastic. Again, I really thought the same thing about the movie. I thought it was really well made and pretty good with the plot, if I remember it correctly. But Insurgent really did not hit the mark with me. Insurgent was very much a middle book that was only moving the plot to where she wanted to go in the end. Nothing really happened. There was nothing major really happened. Like, this is Insurgent. Insurgent is slightly bigger than Divergent. It could have been like half a book, because it doesn't really go anywhere for most of it. You just want to get to this one point that's right at the end, and it could have happened so much quicker. Like, there was so much that we didn't need to know. It was very, very annoying. But into Allegiant, on the other hand, I kind of like where she went with this. I am very much in the opposite opinion, I think, where I like the big plot twist in the end. I think it was coming to her. Like, I was not surprised that it happened at all. I thought, when it happened, I was like, this is what everyone was freaking out about? Good riddance. Because I honestly wasn't a huge fan of her as a character. I mostly read these books for the other characters. I find Veronica Roth makes very unlikable main characters, but very likable side characters. That's it. 5 series that I feel very meh about. Let me know what you thought about these series down below. What series do you feel very meh about? And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It would be fantastic. I'm so close to hitting 250 subscribers. I would love to hit that milestone. It would mean everything to me. Thank you. Bye.